brothers and sisters, friends, and I see some enemies. In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present.
Peace, peace. This is DJ Olo. You tune into On Beat with Olo, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. Today's going to be a little different, man. I got a one-on-one today with my man Black Indian. Peace.
Peace, brother. How you doing?
Thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate you coming out.
All day. Anything for you, man. Y'all 100 in the business.
I appreciate you. I don't even know what to say about that, because when you say that, man, that's coming from a legend, from a DC legend, man. Because I did my research on you recently, man, and I was just looking up all the stuff that you did. And I found out, I knew that you were signed. I knew about your music. I knew you when you had the locks, man, from Rap City. You know what I'm saying?
Taking it back.
Yeah, but I didn't know that you were signed. I didn't know you were 15 back then. You know what I'm saying? When you first went on tour, and then you got signed and everything.
Yeah. Got signed to BMG RCA Victor when I was 15, but I went on tour when I was 14 with Sub-Z and Kokai, which is Opus. Steve Coleman, which is a saxophonist that played with Miles, played with Coltrane. He was doing a new thing, so they had a hip-hop group, and Black Thought was actually supposed to be my position, but he went on to Geffen Ides and did his thing with the Roots. So it was like I was in Freestyle Union with Tony Blackman over in Southeast, and I would go there. Like my homeboy was like, you need to go over there and rhyme. They freestyle all the time over in Southeast. So I said, let me jump on the 90, and I went there, and I met, I saw the first night, I saw Sub-Z battling a cat. And he was sitting in a chair in the middle of the stage while this cat was going on, and just shut him down. I was like, this is my home right here. I was like, I'm in here every Wednesday.
And that's when you were like 15, 16 years old?
Yeah, I went there when I was 14. I went to Freestyle Union when I was like 13. And then when I was 14, I kept coming. And so they a guy named Ezra Greer, that's the bass player for I think the Ellington Experience, or the Cornell West Experience. So he
okay, for the group right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. The Cornell West Theory.
Yeah, the Cornell West Theory.
That's what's
Two
up,
of those
man.
cats, my man John Moon, peace to him. I went to school and scored. We all went to Duke Ellington together, but before that, Ezra was like, my man Steve is coming. I want him to hear you rhyme. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought he was welling. So I'm like, nah, you don't want to really hear me rhyme. I'm like, I'm facing a whole rack of stuff. The neighborhood's crazy. This my getaway. So I was like, he came down, he filmed me. And then like the next week I came back, he was like, you trying to go to Paris? I was like, man, this guy's crazy. And it was like, nah, give me your number. And you're gonna take my number.
But this was to go play with the jazz.
Yeah, with the jazz group. So I'm like, but I didn't know none of that. He was just like, you want to go to Paris? So I'm like, nah. So I got home. I told my mom they want me to go to Paris, but we both laughed like, nah. She don't want you to go to Paris. Like, but then they turned around. And you were
15, 14, 15 at that time.
I was 14 at that time. And
yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a dream come true, but at the same time, it's like it's surreal. You know what I mean?
It was real when they called, when their manager called, Steve Coleman's manager called and was like, we need to get your information for your passport. And I had lied to them because I was like, I told them I was like 17. So because I thought he was lying to me. So I'm like, I'm 17. And it's like, no. They was like, my mom's like, do you know he's 14 years old? And I'm like, what? So then they had to turn it, and I must have been good because they had to turn around and put in papers for me to travel out the country, and they still did it. And we went there, and the beats were different. So it wasn't your average hip-hop beat. It was like fusion, but it was almost like what Timberland makes today.
Yeah.
But like with jazz. And so Kokai and Sub-Z were killing it, and he was like, oh, this dude not ready for it. They didn't think I was probably ready, but definitely when we threw it on, I was ready to go as soon as I caught it.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it
But
was crazy.
the whole time you were trying to, while you perfected your rhyme, freestyling, you were trying to incorporate that into this jazz fusion.
Yeah, definitely.
how
He
was
wanted
it-
you to go. He wanted you to go. Like, soon as he saw you, like, he would just tell you to. Sometimes he would push me out
Yeah.
by myself to start the crowd while they just warming up, and we would start a show like that. And he was already big, so I was
And
performing
this was all
for
in
like
Europe.
5,000. Yeah, we
Yeah.
was performing it. Like, my first big shows was like 5,000 people. So,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just trying to get like 500 people today. You know what I mean?
So definitely, but over there we did Switzerland. My first go round, it was France, Switzerland, Spain. We did Germany, like my first time, and then I just grew up over there. It's like,
And was that before the single or that was after the single? That was all before the single, right?
you talking about Get Them Sights?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before the single. So I knew the Europe hip hop and a lot of cats from over there, the Wu-Tang part of Paris. I was like, I knew Paris more than I was knowing really what's going on back here at home.
Yeah.
But I still, it all started with 1-2 from the golden era with Theory and which was Infinite Loop. And they, he was the one that really took me under. The reason why I was able to have concepts and
Who, Theory? You talking about Theory?
yeah, Theory,
Yeah.
but before Theory was 1-2.
Oh, okay.
Me and 1-2 went to church together. A lot of people
Oh,
don't
alright.
know that, but me and 1-2 went to church together, and so I grew up knowing 1-2 my whole life,
Yeah.
and so he was just like, "You rhyme?" And I
That's
was
what's
like
up.
13, 12 years old,
Yeah.
and my mom was like, "You need to talk to him. He's getting in trouble. He's cutting the fool, getting put out of school." And so he's like, "I want you to come see me over in Riggs Park, Northeast." But I'm from downtown Northeast.
Yeah.
He from uptown Northeast, so he would tell me come over, and then Theory would have like gang of beats, but that was like 4-track beats. And these dudes used to do phenomenal things with beats, and I was just like flow. So he was
Yeah,
like my
that's what's
mentor
up.
at like 13, 12. So
Yeah, that's what's up. In the 90s, too, like you said, the golden era, man. It's changed so much, man. You know what I'm saying?
hip hop is
Yeah, but on that note, man, I'm gonna get into one of your tracks real quick. And then we'll come back and chop it up. And my man Radio Rahim is gonna be here in a minute too.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny that you were talking about Cornell West because he knows them too. He's actually he's been on tour with them. He's done a few things with him. So you guys might know a lot of the same people, man. We'll chop it up with him. This is On Beat with Olo. Coming to you live from Radio Fairfax. I'm here with Black Indian, DC. And like I said, man, the legend, man, you know what I'm saying? Because you're the first from this area that was signed as a hip hop or as a rapper.
Before you going in the beat, I'm not the first. Me
Oh,
and
no?
Nonchalant was label mates, but
okay.
she was actually the first that had a concrete deal. But
I didn't know that. Yeah, we'll get into that, man. We'll be back.
yeah.
It's On Beat. We'll be back. Peace.
Peace.
All I really want is, all I really need is, all I really want is, all I really need is you and me, and we'll see. All I really need is you and me, and we'll see. All I really need is you.
On top of me, and you know that this love is a robbery. Stick up if you really gonna ride with me, so you know that you should be with me. Come on, we could do it to death. Long champ bag, I be smelling your breath. Nothing but an angel when you talking to the death on the telephone. Knowing I never wanna leave you alone. Let's go, get gone somewhere that they cannot see. Knowing I'm the only one that you wanna see. Knowing that when we together, we can be so comfortably laid up in the mansion, chilling in a hotel spot in front of the pool. You know you look so hot, and I can't wait for you to come through and knock you
All
out
I
and turn bird
really
shoes.
need is you and me, and we'll see. All I really need is you and we'll see. All I really need is you.
Most men play games and never ashamed. Try to cheat on you and then give them the blues. Give you a rings and a couple of things like a sky blue Tiffany box. Who gon' stop? You a vicious. Knowing that anytime.
I don't want to give them everything, man. You know what I'm saying? But if people wanted to check that out, that's all I want. Where can they find that?
They can go to Hookshaw /BI Music, all caps, and it's a free download, and they can enjoy 12 songs. This track right here produced by Choppy Chop. So Hookshaw /BI Music, all caps.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm playing the joint I'm playing right here. This is, you were talking about Theory, man. Theory blessed me with this CD of beats. Like you were saying, he had beats back then, man. He still has beats today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He just put out a few new joints. I know he's got that the Rolling Stone joint that he just put out. So tell me, man, again, you know, about Infinite Loop. Just take it back, man. I know that that you guys, you know, when I was coming up, man, it was all about getting to U Street and booking spots on U Street. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the spot, man. Because everybody knew it was legendary for jazz music back in the day, and then it was also like the hip hop spot when it came to the scene, the hip hop scene. You know what I'm saying? Right here in DC, in the DC metropolitan area. But you guys, Infinite Loop, back in the '90s, you guys started that. Because back before that, it was really nothing, right? There was nothing really going on there.
Actually, me and Theory and my brother Joe, D-Man, because they were called 13 Degrees to the East. A lot of people don't know that was Theory's group. But we were all like kind of like the Woo. We had Head Rock, we had 1 2, we had a brother named Face, Ill Rhyme. But me and my homeboy Crook, we was the Grifters. And then most of the beats was done by Head Rock and Theory and D-Man from 13 Degrees to the East and my man Los. And one night, the Poetry Society of DC was doing a party, and they asked me to come through and spit some rhymes. So if you remember the Coffee House, it was right across the street, right from Ben's, and it was dead. But when I popped up, I told my brother to come, man, and play the drums. My brother's a known drummer in the area, Joe Henderson. And so he was like, all right, I go. I ain't doing nothing. So we went, and there's a guy sitting in front of the thrift store, and he's streaming on the guitar. I said, man, you want to come in? We about to do a show. I don't got no guitar class. Just got the drummer. Yeah. So he was like, sure, give me a couple dollars. I go in there and rock with you. So we come in for the Poetry side. They didn't even use a DJ, and we shut it down. So the owner, my man, that owner Coffee House, Lassie, he was like, come in every Wednesday and do this. Yeah, I got you. I can't pay y'all, but I got you. And so Theory, I was like, Third, you play keys, don't you? He was like, I also play bass. I was like, oh, get over here. So we started doing the U Street, and then we made that hype. It was nothing. Yeah. This before Republican Guards really stated Union wasn't even doing anything really in there, but you know, they would do shows, but they really wasn't having hip hop shows. So we really started getting it in there at the Coffee House, man.
At the Coffee House, I remember that. Yeah, that was like late '90s. Yeah, like '96 and up.
Yeah. I was still in high school because I graduated. No, it was like '95, '96.
Word.
So, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know what's up with Theory's CD over here, man. The joint says 57 minutes, but it just turned off on me, man.
Yeah, you know he can't give up, man, the good sauce.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah. But I wanted to ask you about you were signed to, so you were talking about, you know, being on tour out in France and in Europe, and then you were signed to BMG France for a while, right?
Yeah.
And that was how did you hook up with them, man? Was that through Steve Coleman?
Yeah, that was through Steve Coleman. We would shut down gigs, but like once they found out that he was doing hip hop, like, and me and Sub and Cole was on the bill, and we would shut it down. Like we would like jumping in the crowds and jumping on speakers. We was doing stuff
At jazz shows?
Yeah, at jazz. But it wasn't, his sound wasn't really jazz. I mean, his drummer
It was fusion.
Gene Lake, who worked on D'Angelo's records.
Oh, okay.
So he had a mixture. Like, it was a guy from Morocco, wonderful guy from Morocco that played an instrument. He had dancers, modern dancers.
So he put on a real show.
Like
yeah,
a show.
Yeah,
So
that's what's up.
they saw us and we was just wilding. And then I think the second time we came back, they was like, they want to sign y'all. So it's like,
That's hip hop artists.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what's
And-
up,
but
man.
he had to do the record, and I mean the record was good. We recorded in New York, so we recorded in Queens. So I spent a lot of time in New York, working, and we was constantly on tour, back and forth. We would do the festivals in Europe.
And
We
this
would
was
come
the
out.
golden era for real.
Yeah,
I mean,
this was
like
this- yeah.
97, 98.
Exactly. Like we would be in places and like festivals where Scratch and EPMD would have just shut down France, and then we'll get up on the stage like cross the yard and still have the same amount of people.
Yeah.
It was lovely, man. It's just their thirst for hip hop.
Europe appreciates it, right? Yeah, man.
like crazy, man. Like they still, when I was going out there, they was like, dudes was dead on shell toes and fat
Yeah.
laces. Like they was still rocking that.
Yeah.
That look. Now everybody rocking that look.
Because there was
now.
no internet back then. I mean, it was around, but it was something new. Nobody really had it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the access to information, man. But the thing is I talk to a lot of people out of the country too, man. A lot of people from Europe, they have that heart that I kind of feel like that we grew up on. You know what I'm saying? In America, back like in the early '90s, the way it was more heartfelt, and it wasn't all about the being flashy and the glitz and the money and the cash and everything else, the drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like all this trap music today, man. Yeah, man. They a lot of people say that when they came to America, they were listening to probably like woo or pre-woo. You know what I'm saying? And when they would come to America, people would make fun of them, and so they had to kind of like conform to whatever was out today in America.
You can see it. I mean, you can see the World Star videos, YouTube videos
Yeah.
where they actually embracing trap music.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't be, and that probably would have never happened, in hip hop. I mean, out there when I came out.
I wanted to ask you about MCA too, because that's something that happened to you. Because you said, I read on your Facebook that I guess when you came out, when you were signed to MCA, they signed Nelly as well.
It was Universal. See, MCA was a parent. Universal was the parent company. MCA,
all right.
was like a branch, because it was all in Universal Studios.
Oh, okay.
At that time, they didn't branch off, and it was like almost like a competition. Like the A&Rs would say, like, we want you to do Nelly numbers, and actually it was looking.
They want you
like
to do Nelly numbers.
Yeah, they wanted me to get that same. They were trying to get me to be that same ball of fire for MCA that Universal had with Nelly. So if you look at that time,
I
if
see
you
what you're
remember the
saying.
music video box, he was number one day, I was
Yeah.
number one the next on the box, and we
Yeah.
would do that over and over again. But Universal put way more. I don't think MCA they were built at that time to put one, because the way they had artists set up, it was like everything was for Common, and that's it.
Yeah.
Everything for the Roots, and that's
Yeah.
it. Everything for Mary J, and that's it. It was like they wouldn't take it, and if you didn't grind it, you didn't grind it. I mean, God bless Biz Mark. I mean, he was the one that was like, "Come on, just let's tour." He was keeping money in my pocket. So
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, because
And a lot of people don't know that he's right here in Maryland too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
brother
what's
here.
up, man.
The
Yeah.
brother here, and he would tell me, man, he schooled me to a lot in the business. But when people would party, he was like, you should stay at the label and find out what they do. So I was
Yeah.
like, everything was schooled,
Yeah.
with the business, and that's the part that I appreciate about the music business. But it is.
That's what's up, man. And so you toured with Biz Markie.
Yeah, I toured with Biz Markie, De La, Pharoah Monch.
Oh yeah, that's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
I had to help Pharoah Monch one time, man. He had an asthma. He was about to have an asthma attack on stage off his hit. You remember that hit he had, that book, And it was so
Oh, yeah,
amped.
yeah, yeah.
We was in Rhode Island and it was so amped. The people was about to tear that
The
place
Simon
down.
Says joint, yeah. Yeah. Do you know, did he really get in trouble for that? Do you know?
Nah, I don't know,
For
but
the
I know
sample?
every no, he from what I heard, he owned it because it was so short. I mean, he
Yeah.
bought it. Like, and I remember, you know, and we
Yeah,
joke
that was
about
a
this.
huge hit, man.
Yeah, I remember when those suits used to come on tour because we all used to kick it on each because he had Mr. Complex. If you remember
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
Complex,
yeah.
he was from Rhode Island, and we used to kick it, Joan and kick it on each other bus, Black Eyed Peas before they had Fergie. We
Yeah,
were
that's
all
what's up.
kicking.
Yeah, man.
we were all
That was
kicking.
like in 98, yeah.
Yeah, we was all kicking it on the Sell 'em lights, and Most had his baby while we was on tour because we toured with Black Star too, and that was like the Coca-Cola tour, and so like he had his kid, like we were all kicking it on
Oh,
those
you on the
tours.
Coca-Cola. I remember it came through DC too.
Yeah, and Baltimore.
It was at Nations.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
yeah. I was there actually. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Nations, that was a crazy night. That was like one of the first nights I finally feel like, oh, I'm signed, or like
Yeah.
I'm on TV because people was just like packed, like, and people wanting like autographs. I'm like, man, I just down the street the other day.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what it is, though, man. You know, when you've seen the transition, man, you've seen DC change from.
You're listening to Radio Fairfax, keeping the First Amendment alive.
Peace. This is DJ Olo. You're tuning into On Beat with Olo, coming to you live from Radio Fairfax.
Yeah, no, that's Theory.
These are Theory beats, yeah, man.
Theory's
I'm
a
playing
beast.
Theory beats, but you know you missed the
Shout out
intro.
to Theory.
Yeah, shouts out to Theory, man. He always blesses me with new beats, man. And we were talking about how he blesses you with beats all the
Man,
time too.
yeah,
Since for the past 20 years, basically, man.
Yeah, he gave me beats to work on the Judah project. Judah, it's one on there that he did, but he also gave me a couple beats and named the beat after me. I'm saving that for like an album. But Theory been nasty for.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
he's so sick. Y'all.
I seen Theory chop beats. I seen Theory chop a beat down to the very last compound. Like I think he took a beat from one of the young cats out of Infinite, chopped it down. The kid didn't even realize it was his. Like
Yeah.
he's like a surgeon with it.
He is. I was about to say he's like a doctor, man. Yeah.
But he makes stuff that you can ride to because he lived in VA, so we was in Northeast and we used to he's like, come on out to the house. Like, oh man, nobody want to take that ride. And shit. You know, we eyes like brake lights at the time. It was like, oh, come on. But they be we played it. Now, oh, we on our way. We come out there and we ride. But all his music was like riding. So coming out when you hit that Dallas and you coming out and then you see how nice it is and the trees and whatever. We was like, man, it fit the elements. You can see where he's, making the
that
beats from.
environment.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And he's got that sound, man. You know what I'm saying? That captures you, man.
Yeah, they not hip yet, but just like the paper told me, man, I lost ground when trap rap took over hip hop, but I'm like, that's not our sound. Like,
Yeah, that's the whole thing, man. You know, there's a market out there, though, man. There's a market out there. It's just about capturing their ears. And I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what it's about, man. Because this is the big discussion, man. Is how do you sell at this day and age, man? You know what I'm saying? Because even if you put it out for sale, someone's gonna buy it. They're gonna turn around and put it back up for free somewhere else on a blog or something. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of like it defeats the whole purpose. So, we talk about this sometimes too, and I think the thing to do is to get on tours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just make that bread, just do shows.
Yeah,
and stuff.
you got to
know
build
what
a
I'm saying?
following. That's all how you're gonna turn numbers is building a following. I mean, if you look at the strategies that independent artists like Immortal Technique uses, recently a year ago he released that mixtape. It's at the tip of my tongue. Do you remember? It's at the tip of my tongue. He released that.
What do you
call it?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, part two. Part
Martyr.
two.
Martyr. It's called Martyr.
Oh.
No, it's called a Martyr. He released the whole joint for free. They had over 1 million downloads. So what is what did he use that to propel him to do? He went on tour, made straight money, and then what is he doing? He used that all as a leverage to build more anticipation for the Middle Passage, which he's going to release. And see, he's been teasing everyone. I'm going to release the Middle Passage. Everyone was waiting on it. He released a mixtape in the meantime. 1 million downloads. 1 million downloads.
Yeah, that's
it's no
crazy,
joke.
man.
independent, no middleman. That's beautiful.
That's that's serious, man, because you can capitalize on that, and he does. So I really respect independent artists who do it that way.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
But they gotta reach out. Like a lot of independent artists. If you make a community, even like in the drug game, if it's a community of you, then you all network in that community. Like the beat conductors, Olo, so and so. Like continue to make. Like look, Radio Rahim, he dropping a joint. Why not put him on the bill? I'm gonna put the same cat that's at every other show on the bill when I'm really liking him, and that's what we gotta start getting back to, like the point that I like his record.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cats they don't want to do that. They don't, I'm on some greedy.
Yeah, it's so much competition. There's always competition, whatever environment you go to. But the cats who build work together on some realness. We're different, and we talk about this all the time too. It's like if we look just at DMV, there's millions of people who live here. And if someone's a fan of you or a fan of me, say they're a fan of me, and like they come to the show and they start digging your stuff, they buy the stuff, I didn't lose a fan. You gained a fan, but we're building a community.
And you guys are talking to the mics though.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're building a community. And that's the thing, like I think a lot of people miss that about what the idea of a hip hop community is. It's being the one, we're not in like a little pond. We're in a big, we're like in an ocean right now. And there's enough people, millions of people in this area that everyone can have bread and eat, and we can have a very, very healthy community. But without a community, everyone's just fighting over this false image of, oh, I'm hot and, F this cat over here. You know what I mean?
But cats in y'all position know when it's phony. Like we gotta get back to the like, I'm coming out. Cause you gotta think most of the cats are grown, so you can't like really play with it. Like that's what the kind of like the mixtape that I put out now for free. It was like just showing you it's a love for the hip hop. Like I'm not concerned with the 808 or the BPS, like how fast it's going. Yeah. Like my main purpose was the love of it, and I think when the people start saying that you got the love for it, it's like people in a good basketball game in the hood. Yeah. If dude got game, you still like stuck. That's like right. I'm here. I don't know why. They ain't even choose me to play, but I'm looking at this cat play, and I think people will start to come around and see that. And because you think we're grown, and like people will call it out like, oh, this a gimmick. This is a gimmick. He coming out with a gimmick. But when you come out and you real with it, then you start to make that following. And that's what we did when me and Theory had Live Society and we was doing the live band thing. Is because we knew that people were coming out because they saw we had a love for it. And they wanted to be a part of it. And you're right, everybody wasn't a rapper. When I came out, 13 years old, people was like, you a Bama. You rapping. You from New York. Like, right. You from New York. Like I remember like battling in junior high, like on Benning Road, and cats was like, but you from New York? And man, like me, like I said the other day, for us in DC, we had to search for their music. What they're doing right now for music is it's an accessory. So if you live in Berry Farms or you live in Old Town in the projects, it's like this is an accessory. So you gotta like trap rap, you gotta like the Juicy J's, you gotta like the 2 Chainz. But cats like me, Slim Cat, 78, Ocean, a lot of those cats, John Moon, we search for it. Like we would go up the DuPont, go to 12-inch, RBI, which is RBI been with me longer. I think RBI been with me longer than Theory has, but RBI was playing me records like way back. Cause RBI, a lot of cats don't know, RBI, as well as educated he is, RBI from the hood.
Shouts
like he from 21st in Vietnam. Like he from the hood, like they was busting 24/7 around his neighborhood. And RBI be like, you know what I'm saying? And his kid, his brother and sister used to watch PBS, and he'd like take us in the basement. Me and him shared the love of comic books. It was like Mad Daredevil comic books, X-Men comic books, and he'd be like, check this, I just found this. It's like, whoa, Lord Finesse. It's like he was like, play Lord Finesse, Showbiz and AG.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I'm in the house and I'm learning this, but everybody around my way like, Man, G2 will keep. Scarface. You ain't talking like we don't care about nothing you say. We're dead on everything you talk about. If it ain't, the go-go, if it ain't go-go, it's gotta be Scarface. We're dead on everything you talk about. And that's what I mean. We search for it, and that's the part. Like these kids don't, it's like it's an accessory.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
It's too easy now, man. That's what, like I was saying, it's instant access, man.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a little different now, man. But I'm gonna get into your track real quick, man.
Okay.
OG. You said it was produced by
Don Dunnett for Fire Drop Music. That's my brother way back. Worked on Get 'em Sights with me, so it was special working with him.
That's what's up. This is On Beat with Olo. We'll be right back.
You gotta do it like an OG. OG. You gotta smoke like an OG. I don't smoke blunts. Nah. I don't want white boys. No. My father cigars. I smoke Cuban halfway around the world. Yeah, I wake up, tell her soon I'm straight. Shoes on my feet, make your girl. Don't talk to me about no trap. I push weight, matter of fact, your mama is quite fat. In my band, she gave up that. I got 100, moving that sack. And they get my pay, cause I know I handle that. Cause they know they never ever wanna get whacked. Yeah, you gotta do it like an OG. You gotta smoke like an OG. Like an OG. You gotta ride like an OG. A OG. You gotta bite like an OG. Like an OG. Any girl I got, yeah, she leave with a smile. Cause her pocketbook is pow. Go yard, make them go real hard. Nigga, I'm in Neiman's, make you catch anemic. Flows acidic, knowing where you heated. Been over your house, nigga, have you seen my all over your furniture? I'm so vicious, nigga, I done killed the house, go do the dishes. I'm vicious, I'm on mine. And every dingle day I'm gon' grind. And every dingle day I'm gon' shine. Even my Frank Mueller shine. Without that, ain't nothing but an OG. Real in the streets, they respect me. Cause I put in work since I was young, tall. Brown nigga, you ain't f***ing really ball. Come on, you gotta do it like an OG. You gotta smoke like an OG. You gotta bang like an OG. Count stacks like an OG.
Again, I ain't gonna give them everything, man. But if people wanted to check that out, where can they find that?
They can find it on hookshore.com/BI music. And yeah, they can get it from there. BI music. They can get everything. They can get all my joints on iTunes, Black Indian, and CD Baby. I got 3 mixtapes on CD Baby. Definitely, hip hop community will probably love a lot of underground sound, good sounds.
And now everything you do is independent, right?
Yeah, right now it's doing independent. Of course, the labels, they say when you sign, you always sign. They come, but they want you to play, eat that Jello.
And I have a few questions about that too. But the first thing I wanted to ask you was about your name, man, Black Indian.
Yeah.
What are your beliefs about that, man? I mean, do you follow some of the theories of the Black Israelites that came here?
Yeah, people. Where it came from is my father, Thaddeus Culbreath. His mom is full-blooded Blackfoot, and so that came from that. And so my grandmother on my mother's side is from British Guyana. So they would, and one time we were joining me and my sister, and she said, "You a Black Indian." So it it stuck. It was like, for some reason, I was like, that's my name. And then, and I saw Apache when I was young. I saw a video of Apache, and I was like, it's my rap name. I was like, I could put it. But yeah, I was in the 5%. I used to study up in the School of Mecca. That's where BI, a lot of people think BI music stands for Black Indian music. It actually stands for Born Intelligent, which is my 5% name. So, I studied the 5%. I studied the books of Enoch. I studied the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
I tried to study as much as I could because I was garbage in school. But so basically hip hop and basically hip hop was my education. And what came that was knowledge. People would put my man La Kim from Sneaker Mafia. He put me on. He was my air light. So he put me on to the 5%, Father Lord, Baggers Clan. So we studied, 5%, but like a lot of things I kept evolving, like wanting to know more.
Yeah, exactly.
And more.
Yeah,
So,
that's what's up.
So Indian came from that, But a lot of people was like, oh, Hebrew. And then they hear my name, my original name, Joshua Paul. So they be like, oh, you a Hebrew Israelite. It's like, nah, brother, you're not going to catch me off the genie outfit. But
That's what's up, man.
I'm not going to be yelling at the sisters. But, I respect all my brother mankind, like Islam, everything. It's so much beauty and everything from Christianity to Islam to Judaism. It's just beauty. We just don't take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was gonna ask you about. I mean, obviously you know about it too, man. So some of the questions I had lined up for you is the slave ship versus the trade ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we in it now. I mean, you can see it right now. You can see what's happening right now. Like I work with juvenile delinquents, and I try to get them out back into the community. Before they try to lock them up. But right now, it's not going that way. Like you got kids walking around DC with electronic monitors.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We there, we still there. Like definitely. So those Bill Cooper books is like
yeah, right.
Like I read this back in like 92, and it's like it's real.
It's real,
like
exactly.
Real now. So
right.
and definitely when I was in Hollywood and in the business, like I was watching all of it. Like I can almost call it like I'm with my wife and we'll watch TV. We'll call stuff out like, did you hear that? Did you see that? It's a real thing.
Yeah.
They got slaves, you know what I'm saying, out here for real. Like if you look at it, like why every kid gotta have phone posits? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Do they make any other brand?
Yeah.
And it's like almost like, do you even like it? Do you even know, the meaning behind what you have on? It's like it's no independence. So it is slaves.
Not to knock the label, you know what I'm saying, that you were with before, but is that now when you look back and you reflect on it, is that how you felt, man? Like, do you feel like you were really, in a hold?
Well, I tell this story, and my wife know it, because she was in my transition and out of the West Coast and out of that type of lifestyle. But I remember just a head dude at a record company was just like, you my man. There you go right there. And I was like blasted out of my mind. I was like, my eyes was looking like stoplights. It was just like I was out of my mind, and I had like we can see each other in this glimpse, like in the window, and I saw myself. So I was like, man, if my grandmother saw me, she would have tried to beat the brakes off of me. So I'm like, I'm your man. Like this is a dude probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and he like looking at me like you great, but I'm like, right now I'm like, did they even bathe today? Like that was I look crazy, but that's what they wanted. They wanted that image, and long as I did that image, and then I started to do the dumb thing, and I started to ask questions like, why is this? And then I did a song called Better Day, and an A&R's kid came down, him and his fiance sat in the studio, and I did a positive song, and I ripped it. Just like one take, Patsy Clines, and ripped it. And I thought it was like, even the engineer was like, this was the hottest thing I ever heard, ever. Like, and I'm talking about, being better fathers, being better mothers, changing how we do.
Wait, which one is that?
It never made it. Because the A&Rs was like, they got there at night, was like, scrap.
Because now I was going to say the joint that I really like is, I think it's called Life is Experience.
Oh, yeah, that was with Judah. Yeah, Judah.
Oh, Judah produced that.
Nah,
one.
Judah didn't produce it. I think Luke Brasi, this cat out of North Carolina, he has the track, and I heard it. So I went, and I was like, I was going on vacation actually with my wife. I think we was going up to Belle Harbor, Canada, somewhere we were going. And it came in my head. We riding through New York, and it just came in my head because I kept saying soldiers, like, and I don't know if they were waiting, but they were coming back from Iraq. So and then I talked to a homeboy in my from New Jersey called Benefit, and he was telling me, man, yeah, I just got back. He's a military guy. He's in the Marines, and he was like, I was a mortician there, and I was picking up cats, and now I can't smell nothing but burnt bodies. So in that video, that's him. That's the soldier in the video. And then I was like, who are the most victims in America? The unwed black woman and the soldier. Because if you think about it, they're doing what they're supposed to do. You know, be a family person, take care of the child and that. But they're the victims. And that's where I was like, if life is an oppression.
Yeah, that's one of my personal favorites, man.
Thank you, man.
And you got the video too. The video's dope, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If people wanted to check that out,
the skateboarder, D did that. You know what I'm saying? D Streets, he did that. Skateboarder out of Southeast. And when I found out he shot videos, he shot that, and he shot it. That's at my mom's crib over in Northeast.
Hey, he did a good job with it, man.
Yeah.
He
We
used
wanted
the
to
lighting and everything well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that was like OG, which I don't even have a video for, got more hits than that song.
Yeah.
Or like Suit 'Em Up, that has more views than that song. And it's like people don't want to, I don't know if people recognize, you know.
Now, Suit 'Em Up was just like a sample, right?
Suit 'Em Up was actually, we just recorded it. It was like, we was there, he played the beat from some cats, I think down in Atlanta. He had the beat, he gave me the beat and was like, do something. So I went to the studio and I was like, I dressed, you know, I ain't in t-shirts and ball caps. Every day I'm in a suit. So I was like, you know, what's better way to come out from having the dreads than to be like in a suit all day? And so I was like, that's what I want to do, because DC I see as we learn, even from the dope game. Everything in DC is like what's going on the hill.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna use that. That's what we do. It's like we are the congressmen and senators no matter where you at. It's always somebody, you know, yelling their opinion or fighting for the right of somebody. So in DC.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Suited Up is another video people can find
on YouTube. Suited Up, produced by Judah, filmed by Judah on YouTube. Life is an Impression. D Streets shot it. It's on YouTube. Just go to Black Indian DC or Judah Beats on YouTube and you can check that out too.
That's what's up, man. And you know, we don't have much time left, but you can't leave without a freestyle, man.
Oh,
you know
man,
what I'm
you got
saying?
me, man.
'Cause I
Throw
seen
it
the
on.
joints. This is another Theory beat right here.
Man, we can switch. I mean, you got, man, we gonna get your fingers. I know you a
yeah.
DJ. You a hot DJ. We can go through all of them.
We got a few joints.
Yeah. They say, oh mama, I wanna be your rapper. I don't even ever wanna be your doctor. I don't wanna search out and try to find nothing in the Western dictionary to understand my feelings. So I'll beat my girl, roll J's up and backwoods, put Kush in it, then do unreckless things like red eyes, riding through the thing with that UUV. That means stolen car. How far have we gone since Malcolm and Martin? We just playing partin' while we Dolly Parton. Girls down the poles at the strip clubs throwing ones that we know they need to be up in that restaurant trying to feed the family, but all we do is seeing free, knowing how it be, so calling out it should be. Why would we need Hitler when we got MCs with their shirt off, showing off their tattoos? Dog, they are so soft, but you don't realize that long as he got his mansion and his Bentley haircut and shape up, he's gonna cut game up thinking it's all good, uncut and unrupt. But he's in LA Fitness trying to drop weight from all of the champagne busting and girls erupting in the hotel room calling out rape. They don't tell about that court date, but they tell about he done throw 100 stacks at the strip. Hey, everybody messed up, everybody clipped up, decked down and ducked up, everybody messed up. Don't nobody search for Jesus or Allah. Everybody wanna hear who got these sick bars like Kendrick Lamar. But that's wrong, cause everybody sees that the whole world gone. I hope he destroy it, burn it down to a crisp, because I wanna see the other side, cause I'm so tired of this.
Whoa, yeah, I'm jumping off the back clip, you see me, yo, and I'll be bouncing on a mattress. A young kid with comics, and all I say, I'm gonna drop it atomic. I get nuclear, but still I'm gonna speak in a vision that can't be kept in a closet. I'm coming now, knocking you, punching you in the dark side, knocking out apartheid, the government. Yo, I'm not loving it, what I'm saying, I ain't playing, I'm portraying something exclusive. Grab the microphone, it ain't the cool kid, but I just keep it real, like the cats always do. Out my chest, it's the best, the cardiac arrest, making your heart pump back and forth. Look at me, I come like the clock, of course. Yes, of course, I've got the flow. Let me go in and out. I gotta do this. It's so natural. My vocabulary makes it scary, but you so fake, like what they call it, the tooth fairy. I don't like any of that. It gets whacked like fanny packs, but still, I'm gonna case it out, rake it out, and take it out. Out in the capital, I keep it really actual, factual. I grab the microphone. This is combatical, aeronautical flow right through the space system. I grab the microphone. It's ill. When I'm kicking, I'm on a mission, leaving victims out on the street, but still it's not complete without a theory beat. I got Olo in the front, I got Black Indian to the left, but still you can't leave here unless you take a breath. Yo, we take you to the graveyard, I take you to the dungeon, but still you come up to me, you ain't mucking. I gotta edit my flow as I'm online, on air, but still I really don't care. We gonna brush through, I brush my hair, and I'm just coming up with flows and things that in my mind anytime I gotta do this.
Hey, yo, Radio Rahim, I'ma give you a cannon. We gon' run up in record companies and go and blam them. Then we callin' Olo, tell them take over radio stations, punch whoever in their face that they facing. Pow. Cause it need to be overdone, they overstrung and overrun. How it goes, how it's supposed to be, no. I know every secret the Illuminati got, like your headphones to your iPod is white, but they don't hit that right. I got the game on sight, but it's a all good night. We sing it open, get right, like Mahalia. I'll never fail ya, kill it freestyle. This beat from Theory, and we bout to go out. Love, rip it up, give a little game where we tear it up. Ain't nothing but a little bit in the cut, but we do it life that, act that. We can get back to the realness, knowing with John 15, maybe go back to prophecy times where they be looking for the Lord in it. Roll in it,
oh, man.
Beat in it, Radio Rahim in it.
That's what's up, man. This is On Beat with Olo. I wish we had more time, man. I'm gonna have to invite you out to a cypher, man.
Definitely.
We're gonna be planning to do that pretty soon.
Yes.
But once again, man, if people wanted to check you out, this is Black Indian DC.
Black Indian, man, you can hit me on Twitter, Black Indian DC, at Black Indian DC. You can hit me on YouTube, Black Indian DC, Facebook, Black Indian DC, and you could get the new download of Indian Summer with the big Indian on it. It says Indian Summer. We're on hookshore.com/BI Music. Me and Radio Rahim gonna drop something real funky soon. Probably come in the winter, make it real cold for you. And that's how it go. Olo, man, you the best.
I appreciate you coming out,
I'm
man. Peace, man.
Worldwide, man.
That's what's up. We definitely got to do it again,
Black
man.
Indian, Olo.
Rahim, man, thanks for coming out too, man.
Shout out to Beat Conductors and Theory too.
Yeah, shouts out to Theory, man, for blessing us with these beats, man. I'm gonna finish out the show on one of his beats, man. Peace.